Hello and welcome back to In My Image. The world has finally been trampled underneath the hooves of the Mongol horde, and it's time to reshape it in our image. To challenge myself during these last 400 years of Crusader Kings 2, I have done extensive modding. And instead of explaining it all to you right now, I will show it off as we go. I will explain things as they appear, but in general, I have made it more hard for me and more logical for this world. One of the things I can tell you right off the bat is that holy wars do not work like they did before. Crusades and holy wars are turned off, but instead Mongol cultured rulers have access to a host of other CBs, like dispute, where they can take a county or a duchy, and destabilization, where they can ruin another Mongol's land. So, this is how the clan division looks. These are all our old clans from the good old days. Between episodes I created these 3 clans in India, and this is the territory we're gonna keep for ourselves. And also, do not worry, because the world will not look like this when it's time for EU4. I've made sure of that. But for now, there are large kingdoms everywhere, and they are fairly stable to begin with. So, why don't we start reshaping the world in our image? The Khagan to unite them all was Khagan Cthulhu II, the Scourge of Brahma. He's a syphilitic lunatic, but still, he managed to do it. If we look at House Bayad here, we can see that our dynastic prestige is 10,549. That's not bad. We have a total of 29 living members, as you can see here, going all the way back to the initial conquests. We can also, for fun, take a look at the history of the Mongol Empire. As you can see here, Shigu, the Scourge of Perun, Akuthai, the Cruel, Yamuga, the Terror of Savoy, Horkodag, the first of many despoilers, Tamachi, the Bold, Nogai, another despoiler, Shilagun, yet another despoiler, Cthulhu the First, the Strong, Timur, the Lionheart, Kagatai, the despoiler, Togotha the Holy, Megethu, the Destroyer, and finally us, Cthulhu the Second, the Scourge of Brahma. So it's finally time to show off this decision you might have seen. Rebuild the world in your image. Here you can read the description I wrote for it. But let's click the button. Let's reshape the world in our image. And it's done. Let's dismiss these messages. We are now tribal, and as you can see we still hold the Mongol Empire, but not for long. I did some tests trying to be the emperor of the world, and it turned into a not very fun vassal management game. So instead, we are going to decentralize the Mongol Empire, but not right now, because we still have the authority of being the Mongol emperor. So we're going to create a few kingdoms for our loyal vassals. As you can see here, we already have Bayadia as our designated Dior kingdom, but the rest of the world still has all the old ones. That's going to change. So let's, well, first of all, you might wonder why I have this graphic for my 3D coat of arms, and that's because I have a brand new religion. Yes. It's called Tengerleg Odd, and you can read the description here. But in short, it's a mixture of lots of other religions, including Christianity, Tengri, Germanic, Indian religions, and it's hopefully quite interesting. And I had this instead of Miaphysite, because they were never really truly Miaphysite. They were just like some sort of Mongol version of Christianity / something else. So the religious mock-up looks like this right now. I'm actually going to show that off after I have decentralized, because then you don't have to see all the stripes on the map. But we have Tengerleg Odd as our religion. Let us create a few kingdoms for our vassals. These names are completely randomized, by the way. from a massive list of dynamic names I made. Because these are far from the last dynamic kingdoms that are going to appear in this series. But we will sanction to rule. Let's do it. And here we have the Bukid Panagalu, led by the great Khan Buka of Bukid Panagalu. These are really small dynasties, because I just created them. Let's sanction yet another kingdom. We have the Temujin Rothas kingdom, led by Temujin of the Gumbrun dynasty. And Lahore will turn into I have a hard time pronouncing these, but Korilartai Multan. Yes. Let's move on to Oman. Let's sanction them to rule. Oh, and you might notice that I'm transferring 18,500 gold each time I do this. And that's because I had a bit too much gold, and this will help rebuild the world. Targutai Shiraz, led by Abaga Targutai. He's actually celibate. How interesting. His heir is a Miaphysite Christian, so this realm here might turn to Miaphysite. Who knows? Khorasan will turn into the Altan Kom Kingdom. Perfect. Oh! I forgot to mention it, but you have seen it already. Every time I do this, a new Mongol culture is created for that region. And as you can see, it's completely engulfing their Dior kingdom. So we have Ik Mongol here, and Gan Mongol, Odin Mongol, etc. They're all gonna have their own type of culture. And this is to break up the monotony of only having one Mongol culture. We, as the Emperor, are of course Innen Mongol, which means true or one Mongol. We're kind of full of ourselves. I made this guy the Fylkir because I am not Norse, and it would have been weird for me to be the Fylkir in that case. So let's sanction him to rule. So we have Mengu Timuria, a nice reminder of the dynasty that have been around here for ages. Let's continue here with Baghdad. Yep, sanction you to rule. Khalid Bira, led by Khan Burundai, who unfortunately has cancer. But he's a party-going hedonist, so he's probably well off. Sana will be sanctioned into Gassania. Interesting. For our African friends, we will sanction them the kingdom of Badai. He named the kingdom after himself. How very, well, after his first name even. Didn't even pick his, what's it called, the dynastic name. He's also celibate. Why are so many celibate? I have no idea. His heir was also celibate. Oh, it's because he is a part of the Bektashi order. I was worried there for a while that I had messed something up with the mod, but I don't think I have. Trebizond, let's sanction you. You will become Korshia. Perfect. Crimea will be sanctioned. And it's now known as Shigu Vidin, led by Shigu the Quarreler. Itil is the Otkon Bayar clan. That's also an old and venerable clan. He's currently focusing on seduction to expand the clan somewhat. Let's sanction you. So, Otkon Bayar Desht-i Kipchak. That's an amazing name. Otkon Bayar Desht-i Kipchak. That's exactly the type of name I hoped they would have. Like long and weird names. Novgorod. I will sanction you into Kar Perm. That's actually a pretty cool name. I think it means like Castle Perm. I made some variants of like land and realm and stuff and put it in there if it sounded cool enough. Uppland. Let's sanction you into Targuthaya. That's a good name. Not similar to something else, right? No, I don't think so. Sometimes they turn out to be very similar to each other, but the only real risk is with Mercia and Brittany here, because they are both named Megujin. But hopefully they will not take the same name, because that would be silly. Alright, let's sanction you to rule. Oh, I also changed it so that Muslims have the on-map coat of arms instead of the half-moon and swords, because they are boring. We now have Agushu Verle here as a new sultanate. I like it. This is a kingdom already, but it's a fake kingdom. It hasn't gotten into your land, so we're gonna sanction him a new one. And it's known as Fals. Or is it? Oh, it's Fals Ni Ord. I need to refresh the map. Fals Ni Ord. I like it. This is the strongest clan by far. The Ganbatar clan. Let's sanction you. Oh, Ganbataria. This is one of my favorite names because then I will remember them forever. If they stick around, that is. They can fall. And Brittany turns into Ongirati Belcharin. That's pretty cool. Now you're free to have a Megajin name if you want to. Sanction to rule. Yeah, Megaginia. I knew it. There's always one of them that turn out to be a Megajin. Alright, so we have Livonia left. Let's not forget anyone. That would be sad for them. Let's sanction them to rule. And Bolormai Gazar. Well, I am completely satisfied with the names. Not so much with the colors, but what can you do? At least you see some differences between them. They are also completely random, of course. So, let's take a look at the Dior setup of the map here. As you can see, there are no old kingdoms left. Not a single one. And it's all part of the Mongol Empire. Yes, the big and glorious Mongol Empire. But as I said, there will be no other empires. After we decentralize this Mongol Empire, kingdom is the highest rank that will exist. And this is mainly to facilitate a neat conversion to EU4 later on. Hopefully this world will be shattered to pieces as it's time for EU4. It will be a real challenge to keep my realm together. In any case, we have now sanctioned everyone to rule, and it's now time to decentralize the Mongol Empire. The need for direct leadership has passed. In order for civilization to once again prosper, the Khagan must take a more hands-off approach. By decentralizing the Mongol Empire, we allow the local governors to take greater matters into their own hands, vastly reducing the need for traveling far abroad in search of approval from the Khagan himself. Let's do it! And the world now looks like this. And I'm going to show off the religious and cultural map modes before we do anything. I actually need to do a tick one day, because otherwise the map won't update properly. There we go. So we have a Tengri ruler here in the east. Lots of Tengri-leg odd here. It's spread all the way up to Scandinavia. We have Sunni and we have Tengri. But these are far from the only religions that will appear. These rulers will switch religions back and forth. And once again, religion is de-emphasized in this world. There will be no holy wars and no crusades. And I can show off the game rules here to show you that interfaith marriages are open. I also put major epidemics to deadly, so we get to see the plague again. So I really like the plague. The holy sites for the Tengri-leg odd faith is in Ceylon. It's here in this province, Sarasvata Mandala. It's in Basra. And then it's far away here in southern France in the old capital that the Mongols once held. And, well, actually forgotten where the last one is. I know there is one because I have oh right, it's in Antioch. As an homage to the former Miaphysite faith. And my research actually. I think this guy's heir is also a Miaphysite Christian. Yeah, he is. There are some interesting things in the world. This province is very strange. I have no idea how this came to be, but there's an Inner Mongol Hindu theocrat ruling in Uppland, and I love it. That's the kind of strange thing I really, really enjoy. Anyway, It's time for a bit of realm management, because we're currently holding everything ourselves. In preparation, I have created all duchies except for apparently 2 of them. This will be our capital here in Debul. I love this province because it's on the Silk Road and it's coastal. So let's make it our capital. That means that we want to hold this ourselves. Seems like we can hold quite a bit of domain, but I have a hard time thinking this is our true domain. Anyway, what I want is for our... let's see, the Great House should be my dynasty. There we go, and we want men and we want adults. Yes. I'm going to give stuff to my family members. They are of different religions. I think that's pretty fun. You can get something like... I want to save this for myself, maybe? I'm not sure which ones I should save. If I should save Stravani, maybe? Or Anarta? Not sure, let's check it out. Which one is the best? This one is pretty bad, actually. Oh, and this one is really bad as well. This one is more decent. Anyway, let's give away some of the ones we know for sure we don't want. Like Sistan. And I will try to convert their children to my religion. And demanding religious conversion is turned off. I turned it off because there are no such thing. And there are also no penalties for being the wrong religion when it comes to opinion. Because this is not a thing in this world. As you can see here, he has no infidel penalty. It's at 0. This is a bastard of my dynasty. That might be fun to land, but I'll land him last. Shulgite Bayad. Yeah, I need to propagate the Bayad dynasty. Oh, by the way, we have a religious head. Verkthula here. He is the head of the Tengerleg Odd faith. I'm going to grant him Sinhala and Lanka. So he has a little power base of his own. There you go. You can take Lanka, and you can take, not that one, but Sinhala. There you go. So he is independent from us now, but that's fine. I planned on doing this from the very start. Not sure which duchy this one is part of. Anyway, you're not getting any. Shulgite, you're beautiful. Let's give you... absolutely. I will try to keep them at 1 duchy each. If at all possible. Let's see, where's Avanti? Yeah, sure, you can get Avanti. And let's see here. Kagatai. He is my half-brother. He looks Indian as well. You can have Devagiri. There you go. My friend. Kaidu, he's my half-brother as well. He is ambitious, but I guess that's fine. While I give out these titles, I can tell you that sending out mercenaries is something that everyone still can do. It's not prohibited by not being nomadic. So we will see quite a few mercenaries roaming around the world. Oh, I'm running out of family members. That's too bad. Well, at least I have a few of them. This one isn't the most clever one of the bunch, but hey, what can you do? I think I will have to utilize these bastards. I mean, they are bastards, but... I mean, they're still of my blood. Kalyani. Yeah, absolutely. Take it. And the last bastard will get... yeah, sure. Alright, so we still have a lot of stuff to give out, so we will have to start handing it... Oh, did I not give anything to you? Well, then you're getting something. You can get something close to me, actually. So I want you to be close to me here. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so I'm not gonna hand out multiple ones, I think. No, I want to keep them... Actually, I could hand out a few. No. I think I'll try to... keep all my vassals as 1 duchy strength, because they will start conquering each other quite quickly. So let's see, these are 5 counties, so I can get up to 9, at least that's what this tells me. It might update and show me a lower number later on. But 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll keep these 2 duchies for now. So Stravani and Savira are going to be mine. Alright, so now I want people that are of my culture. Oh, I really didn't have many, but this guy, I guess you're as good as any to get some land. I Shiftomos Saurastra. When these start feudalizing, they won't all go feudal. Some of them will go Merchant Republic, some of them will go Theocracy, just because I think it's way more fun when it's a bit of a mix. So I made sure to make it that way. Alright, so I guess we will have to invite some nobles for the last few duchies. Oh, a content one. Perfect. Let's give you Konkana. Excellent. Let's invite a few more. I think we need around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's start with that. You, my friend. Raishur Duab. Can't even see it. Oh, there it is. You, on the other hand, these are of my religion as well. It's good to have a few vassals of my own religion. Yeah, you can get that. Absolutely. I'm really hoping that all the modifications I made will give me trouble. And challenge me. Well, I think I've done a good job. Vassals in general will be way more inclined to join independence factions. So that's a thing. We might see vassals going independent way more often. And also minor revolts are way more powerful than they used to be. I think peasant revolts are boosted to 3 times their old strength. And the other ones are at twice their strength. Right, we still need to hand out quite a few things. Let's do one noble at a time here. You're ambitious, that is fine for now, because you will love me. Excellent. Actually, I have a son. I'm gonna hand him something. And, alright, there are 2 more duchies I need to create. This will be inherited back into, well, I guess it will at least. Oh, I can't actually give him anything because I'm at Gavelkind. Okay, well. Well then. Did I not invite someone? Yeah, I did. Then you, my friend, will get not Sovira, not Stravani. That one. And lastly, Al-Shidai Daspurid will get... Let's see here, have I calculated this correctly? Ah, right, I need 1 more on top of that. I thought for sure that that would be enough. There we go. So now we have finally handed out all of our duchies to vassals. Some of them are of the wrong religion. We'll try to take that as it comes and try to convert their eventual heirs. And some of them might even die if we're really unlucky. So, let's take a look at our personal domain here. It is quite nice. Oh, we need some vassal limit. Well then, that's our first problem. I think it's no problem at all to boost our diplomacy high enough to get another vassal in the limit. To make this our crown focus. And let's populate our council. Yes. Get the best ones in here, and they're all sorted by power already, which is excellent. And unfortunately we can't put any landed vassal here as our court chaplain. That's too bad. But this religion has a bit more gender equality than the others, so we're able to have a female patriarch. Let's build some seal. The rest of you can scheme, build some legend, because we're gonna use prestige to build upgrades in our tribal holdings. I have lowered the cost of the upgrades, but a very important distinction from the vanilla feudalization system is that to turn one of these into a castle, city and temple, you need to have a max level hill fort, a max level market village, and 4 additional buildings. Otherwise, you simply can't convert it. And there are no free conversions. When you press the feudalization button, here it is, you need to have your capital being one of these fully upgraded tribal cities, or tribal holdings. And everything else you hold will not convert unless it also fulfills the criteria. And then you have to upgrade them manually. So, for decisions, we can hold a grand tournament, because we are technically Christian. We can honor the divine. This is a decision I added in order to get some easy piety. And piety is going to be used for the CBs. You're going to be able to, or we're going to be able to, I'm going to show you. I'm not going to do much conquering myself, but we can dispute entire duchies. And that costs quite a bit of prestige and piety. Minor disputes also cost a bit. And then you have destabilize, which actually gives you prestige if you succeed. When you destabilize another nation, they will suffer from quite heavy revolts. If they have an independence faction, everyone will go independent from it. Otherwise, their vassals will start hating them and want to go independent. So we might destabilize a few nations if they are troublesome to us. But I'm going to aim primarily to upgrade all the holdings in this area, so we get great development in EU4. Where were I? Yes. Just gonna take a look at the culture map mode here, because it's fun. Ah, these colors are more pleasant. And we still have some Prussians here, by the way. Pretty much the only well, we have some Uyghurs as well, but these are the only surviving pockets of old world cultures. This is actually Als Mongol, and it's a bit of a glitch in the map mode here, because it's held by the Bektashi order here, which are Yunan Mongol. I think the Bektashi order are actually under here. Yeah, they are. They are vassals of Falsniord. We have some tech we can put out. Let's do some legalism. Let's do some military organization. Improve keeps. Castle infrastructure. Some more of that. Some more keeps. Town infrastructure, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's good. For decisions. We're gonna do this and sacrifice some of our prisoners. We have 156 of them. Do that. Every Mongol in the world can hold the Nurge. This is pretty powerful, in seeing as you will get morale from doing it. Alright, let's look at this event. I made this just because I wanted something custom in the decision department for the mod. So, eras passed without any human sacrifice to God. No wonder their pitiful kingdoms fell. They were cursed by the gods. Both Jesus and Erlich obviously desire warriors and servants to serve them in the realms beyond. And we stand ready to provide. Ready the sacrifices. God, may these souls serve you well. So as you may notice, this form of Christianity is a bit different from normal Christianity, in that human sacrifice is a big part of it. So we gain some piety and prestige from doing this, in exchange for some money. It's not the only decision we're gonna do. We're gonna choose a warhorse. That's another one that is left over from the Nomad days. Let's name it Dragon. We're gonna hold a tiger hunt, send invitations, and we're gonna wait a while with the grand tournament until the tiger hunt is done. Do we have a court physician? No valid candidate. Huh. Alright, we're gonna need a court physician eventually. Let's see. Let's get some commanders. I'm gonna try not to scroll so heavily on my scroll wheel, because I've been getting comments that it's very, very loud. Let's give out some minor titles as well. Let's do this properly. This is a setup episode after all. Real gameplay will come in the next one, because there's just so much to set up. Designated region. Someone with high stewardship, please. Yes. Some more jobs. We want to train troops here. And we're pretty much... let's sow some dissent over here. Yeah. Alright. There's probably something I'm forgetting here. Yeah, laws, of course. Let's see, revoke title is incredibly useful. We're still gonna have to progress through the tribal organization track, but hopefully that won't be too hard to do. Let's take a look at our vassals, by the way. The ones that are not... Alright, so none of them actually have children. I guess they were all unmarried, so... That's a thing, I suppose. We're gonna unpause a little bit, just in order for the AI to set up their de jure structures. And this is the follow-up to the decision. The sacrifice is over, and God is surely pleased. Though the Bible never specified the exact amount of sacrifices, perhaps it would be safest to sacrifice one more, just to be sure. Yeah, absolutely. We sacrificed a grand total of 4 people. And we're setting up the tiger hunt. Someone already wants to marry here. Alright, it's the Bukid Panagalu wants to marry a random courtier. Alright. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm only gonna play until the AI starts putting out their vassals. It's gonna lag when they do. They also wanna marry some random Indian... Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and marry all of my courtiers, I don't really care. Ooh. Got some warriors I simply do not need. Let's dismiss them. Oh, have my vassals already begun fighting? I think they have. They're disputing Guryala Mandala. Alright. Well, have fun with that. As you can see, they have quite a bit of troops. Event spawned primarily. And there we go. The AI has now assigned counties out to vassals, and now they're gonna start giving out duchies, as you can see. I think a few of the AIs are still behind in that. They need to create it. Oh, and we have a court physician candidate. Let's get him. Alright, so I need to get myself some diplomacy, so I can raise my vassal limit. Let's roll another month to see if the AI gives out a few more duchies or not. Maybe this guy have... Oh, he actually has all of the duchies. He's just not handed them out yet. I think he's the last one except for the Altan Kum. They should have no problems doing it though, because they have no councils that can say no, as far as I know. Alright, this is it for this episode. In the next one we will start actually doing some stuff. Like managing our vassals and... You know, just taking a look at the world in general. Thank you for joining me this far, and I'll see you again soon.